Good morning, everybody. I said that I would try to capture the sunrise this morning, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, it is nowhere near as spectacular as it has been on previous mornings, but never mind, we're here now. I just need to get myself into a more comfortable position. Hope that I'm not sitting on some quicksand or something. It's quite chilly out here, and we're going to be forever disturbed by, I'd say seabirds, but they're not, they're just bloody pigeons, which is really annoying. But this is pretty spectacular. We are looking out towards Liverpool. Oh, and I've got some viewers. Hello there, how are you? Good morning. I think I can probably afford for this to just be up slightly. There we go, that's better. B. Jordan says we have over 2 feet of snow in Oregon. In many ways, I'm very jealous. In others, I wouldn't be doing this in that. Or maybe I would. Oh. I'm quite tired this morning. I've done quite a lot of walking and quite a lot of eating. Yesterday I went to the cinema and Al, hello, he says it notified me. Bloody hell, it worked at last. Welcome, joining me for the sunset. Hello to Putin. Hey, what was I saying? Yeah, I went to the cinema and I wanted to see the king who would be king, and didn't realise until too late that I'd been sold a ticket for Green Book. But it was fine. I actually really enjoyed it. So just making myself more comfortable here. I've just put my bag down so I can kneel. YouTube is doing notifications at last. I don't want to be cynical about this, but do you think that might be something to do with having 1 million views? Just maybe decided to start telling people I'm doing things? Hey, it's a lot mistier this morning than it has been on previous mornings. And as a result, this isn't quite as amazing as I thought it would be, but never mind, we're here now. Oh, the constant flapping, eh? I'm very pleased to hear that it's all working. That's good. I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to be doing this for. Not because of me personally, but just because of the data that it uses. I did about half an hour yesterday afternoon, if you didn't see that, from somewhere further up the beach. This sunrise takes about an hour to get going, so we'll just have to see what happens about that. But at the moment there's only 2 of you watching anyway, and one of you has not given a thumbs up. Well, there's only 2 of you, I can tell. I'll give you a little view actually. I'll just give you a quick view of what's around me. So over there is Bootle Docks, and behind me, and the reason I'm not focusing on that is because the sunrise is not in that direction, we have a lighthouse. So there we go. In fact, I'll show you the other way as well, because the other way I've actually got a fort. I'm actually next to a fort, so there we go. That bright green algae or whatever it is all over it, and lots of pigeons. Okay, let's pop that back. Hope that the sky starts doing something. I think there's more than 2 of you watching this. I think YouTube is lying to me. B. Jordan says, missing the next update of 7 days, are we still stuck in a box? Oh, I've not put it out yet. I haven't played it yet. And also, can we go in the fort? No. Sadly, we can't go in the fort. And I was trying to find out why, because you used to be able to go in the fort. I've never been in it. You used to have a cafe. You used to have a cafe in the fort. And apparently it's closed due to drainage problems. And in fairness, that's not massively difficult to understand when you see what's around it. If nobody's got the money to invest in it, then yeah, I imagine that there's a bit of a problem there. I've just found 6p in my pocket. That's exciting. I'm surprised I've got any money at all after having been down the arcades last night. I am very tired. I feel like I've got a cold for the third time. I'm supposed to be meeting up with a friend today who, unfortunately, has got the flu. I hope that she's better. But yeah, I just feel very, I just feel like I've got a cold all the time though. Just a bit sinusy and a bit sniffy, which is probably why I sound really nasal. When I first came here, being in the sea air seemed to help it, and now it's gone bleh again. But then, I was in the cinema yesterday, so basically been in a box with everybody else's germs. Ugh. Right, come on, sun. This is pathetic. Oh, Dizzy Lemon says, "Where are you that the sun is rising now?" In the UK. Where are you that it isn't? It's a bit of a shame that I've had to look out that way, because I'd much rather that you had a view of the lighthouse. But the sun doesn't come up over there, it comes up over here. Yesterday, the sky went the colour of candy floss. It was absolutely spectacular, and I tried to set up, and for some reason it didn't do what I needed it to do. But hopefully we'll get it this morning. Dizzy Lemon says it's 2:57 PM here in Taiwan. I've almost got off work. Blimey, Taiwan? That's amazing. Isn't YouTube cool sometimes? Isn't the internet good? B. Jordan says it's not quite 11 PM here. You must be on the west coast of America, is that right? Right, it's really... Mist is actually getting worse. This mist is getting worse. That's not good. Because I need the sun to come up and be sunny. What I might end up having to do is canning this until the sun has come up a bit further. Because on every other morning I've been here, you've been able to see everything really clearly. The photographs are amazing. The sky behind me is just starting to do that pink thing. It goes into these layers. But as I say, it's just not as spectacular if I point the camera at the lighthouse. Ugh. I don't know whether you can hear the sea. All you can really hear is the sound of a lot of work going on and a lot of pigeons. We've also got some aeroplane tracks from... Tracks? Is that the right word? From aeroplanes going into Liverpool John Lennon Airport. And indeed coming out of Liverpool John Lennon Airport. If you're watching this and you haven't already given it a thumbs up, I'd be very grateful if you would. Dizzy Lemon says, I like that you have wind turbines. I do as well. I tell you what, if you think there are wind turbines in this shot, it doesn't come out on camera, so I'm not going to bother turning the camera around. But behind me, there are hundreds, absolutely hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And you can see the same wind farm from the beach here and from the beach in Wales on the other side of the UK. Like on the other side of the bit. It's like a big, huge bay cove. Anyway, as I say, it won't come out on camera, unfortunately, but you'll have to trust me that they're there. And they appear as the sun rises. You start to see the blades appearing in the sunlight. It's brilliant. This is really unspectacular this morning. There's far less wind this morning than there has been. But equally, I've deliberately put myself in a place where there perhaps isn't as much because it's a nightmare. Nobody can hear me. So I am behind this fort thing, which I think is blocking quite a lot of the wind. I was originally going to go and film this from much further down so that you got a view out towards the city. But the wind along that particular stretch of the promenade is absolutely horrendous. In fact, you'll remember it because I did a live stream very briefly from one of the ferry terminals a few months ago, and it was horrific. You just couldn't hear what I was saying because all you could hear was and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it was a bit frustrating. Right, I'm starting to see the contrails are starting to glow, and I don't know whether that's coming out on camera. Oh, it is actually, just off to the left there. Ooh, something's just scared the pigeons. In fact, here they come. Are you going to get on camera? No? Not like the seagulls then, desperately wanting attention. No, they've avoided the camera. Hello to Bo Nicholas. Welcome to you. Somebody, forgive me, I can't see who it is. Somebody says, I've seen something like that on a road trip across the USA, and I'm sorry, I didn't see what it was that you've seen. Unless you mean the wind turbine farms, wind farms, we call them here. I'm just looking out that way, and I can't. I'm just going to get up from home because my knees are killing me. I don't think you can see them. No, you can't. It's really misty over the other side. There's been a clear view, of course, for like the last 72 hours. And now, you can't see anything. Why did I decide to stream the sunrise? Because we had a bit of a laugh watching the tide come in yesterday. Admittedly, this is nowhere near as dramatic or hilarious, but... And the last couple of days I've been here, it's been absolutely spectacular. And unfortunately, this morning, of course, it's really misty. The sky behind me is just starting to do that pink thing. Ooh, here they come again. Way! This would be a good stream to repeat on New Year's morning, the first sun of the UK. We don't get a sun on New Year's morning, the sun doesn't come up. Or it would do, but about 10 o'clock. That's why I wanted to take advantage of being here, because where I live we wouldn't be able to do this. There's a lot of planes. Oh, just heard somebody whistling. I think dog walkers are probably starting to come out. Other Cheap says, why do they build wind turbines? The sky doesn't need to cool down. Ha ha. Wow, I'm just going to turn the camera around so that you can see that the sky behind me now is also pink. So unfortunately the changes are not dramatic enough. It's really frustrating. I'd have definitely pointed out towards the lighthouse. Yesterday I managed to walk to the lighthouse, and this morning, at the moment, it's surrounded by water. Also got no boats this morning, which is really disappointing. There's literally nothing at all. There aren't even any in port. Should have done all this yesterday, damn it. Oh, it's just starting to get a bit windy now. Whoa. Loads of planes now doing all sorts of turns and things. Are they all on camera? Yes, they are. Although one of them you can't see very well. Oh yeah, it is there. The colour on this stream is actually wildly inaccurate. It is nowhere near as colourful as this. Yesterday morning it was. So you're getting yesterday's morning colours today. It's actually a much paler pink. Bloody pigeons, honestly. It's just... Pigeon Hotel. Hello to Moss. It says good morning. I'm about to also head out with my camera. There we go. Just plant that a bit more steadily. It's super misty out towards the city. Oh, Azucola says, good morning. Good morning. Other Jeep says it's nice to see non-snow coveredness for sure. There's just loads and loads of snow everywhere. Is it really bad again? I know that I was watching the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, said that his audience had been standing out in snow to wait for him. That was about a week ago, I think. Why do you do this, pigeons? Why? Why do you all fly around in a big circle? They're coming back around again now. It's very strange. Azu says, I've watched your videos for years. Excellent. The snow sticks around like a bad cold. Yep, I know that feeling. I've got a bad cold. I'm going to point you a slightly different way. This way, here. Towards the lighthouse. Except now I'm wonky. So all of this, probably no more than 90 minutes ago, was just water. Sorry, my horizon's not straight. Okay. But the actual sunrise, that's a better scene. I prefer that. The actual sunrise is over there. So we'll point this way for a little bit because it's lovely, and then if I start getting some sun action, we'll point it back the other way. Ah, I should have brought my breakfast with me. I am really hungry. But yeah, it's just lovely, isn't it? On the first day here, I walked from lighthouse to lighthouse because there's more than one. So I did this one to some other one that I can't remember the name of, and it was way further than I thought it was. Turns out they don't place lighthouses very close together. Oh, you can see the seagulls now. They are huge. Oh dear, sorry, trying very hard not to sniff, because it drives me mad when other people do it. Oh, that flapping noise. It's bloody annoying, isn't it? Oh, and now we're starting to get the roaring bikes. You get quite a lot of that in UK coastal areas because people just love doing the bikes up and down. I was wondering whether I could turn this even further round and get the sort of windbreaky bit in. But then we're getting ever further from the sunrise. And it's actually getting mistier and mistier. I'm really disappointed because by now I'd kind of expected it to be not like this. What I'm tempted to do is end this and come back when there's something a little bit more exciting sun-wise. Boat! There's a boat. 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 No, I haven't spotted any cliff racers moss, but you can probably hear the irritating thing behind me. There's a boat. Boat, 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 boat. Boat. Somebody's just said that in America their local trails become biker city for a week. That doesn't seem to be how it happens. Everybody just suddenly goes, oh, let's go that place, and you have to avoid that place. Oh, Jordan is going. Good night. Can we see the boat? Yes, we can. Only just, but it's just on the left there. Chugga, 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 chugga. Uh-oh, other people have started appearing. Oh no. That's bad, we don't want other people. The other reason I chose this bit of the beach is because yesterday there was nobody else down here. The bit just to the right there, which would have given me a slightly better view, loads of dog walkers. But they can't get over here unless they climb over those rocks. Similarly, the people behind me, if there is anybody behind me, also can't really get this way without making an effort about it. So yes, there's the first dog walker of the morning. Incidentally, is this straight? Does this look straight now? My camera feels like it's slightly wonky. There we go. The pink behind me is gone again. This is really annoying now. Of all of the mornings to choose, this was not the best one. Stupid mist. I will put some photographs on Twitter of what I saw yesterday when everything just exploded into this riot of gold. It was great. Hell is other people, it's true. Well, hell is certainly other people when you're trying to film things on a beach early in the morning. But yeah, it's like Dogville around here. That's the only thing that would stop me from living in a place like this, actually. It's just dogs. I tell you what, are there any people from America still in? Because if there are, can you tell me, are you as obsessed with dogs as people are in this country? Almost to the point of insanity. Hey up. Look what's just slipped over the horizon, guys. Isn't it weird how one moment you can see it, sorry, you can't see it, and the next moment you can, and suddenly it looks like it's coming up really, really quickly? In a tribute to Liverpool, I think we should all start singing, "Here comes the sun, do-do-do, here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright." I don't know the rest of the lyrics. Dang it. Wow, that has started coming up really quickly. I was wondering whether I could zoom in. Yeah. Sort of. The zoom on this camera isn't very good, so it's incredibly sensitive. Hey. Not only has the sun just started coming up, but the sea, or the water, has just suddenly started crashing in. I wonder what difference that makes. It's suddenly, I can just hear water kind of roaring. How weird is that? Oh, Dizzy Lemon's got to go. No. Oh, well, at least you got to see the sun. I was worried at one point it wasn't going to come up at all. Right, I quite like the zoom being on, so I'm just going to shift that slightly, like so. There we go. It is lovely, isn't it? My one concern, actually, is that the picture quality is now awful because of the zoom of this camera, so I would be really pleased if you'd just let me know whether it's okay. Benny Gray says it's 2 AM here. Oh well, get some bonus sun today. And Paputin says, there is sun, do-do-do-do-do, there is sun, do-do. There is sun, there is sun. I have framed that rather beautifully. I really hope that the image quality hasn't suffered as a result, but if it has, let me know and I'll zoom it back out again. But yeah, I think we should all give a thumbs up for the sun. Ah, my God, am I glad to see you. Isn't it funny though, just how quickly that appears when it does appear? That went from me going, I don't know whether we're going to see this, and it's really misty, and I'm so sorry, and oh my God, all the pink's gone out of the sky, to, oh, there's the sun, and there's all of the sun. So there you go. Jenny Photography when? On Twitter. I'll put some stuff on Twitter. I don't like doing it while I'm in the area, for obvious reasons, although this morning I'm taking a risk. There's a load of blinking pigeons behind me. Go away. Go away, we're trying to watch the sun. Don't make me scare you off, because I will. Oh, it's starting to reflect back off all the buildings and everything now. Yay! Oh, well, that didn't take too long. It's just nowhere near as spectacular as it has been. It absolutely erupted in pink and many other colours. But hey, never mind. That's just really odd how suddenly the water is making a lot of noise. Right, pigeons. Excuse me a moment. Didn't even need to do anything, just the threat of it. Other Jeep says it's nice to see the sunrise because I haven't got up early enough to see it in quite a while now. I have. That's what I've been trying to do. And if it was here every morning, I would absolutely be trying to do it. Unfortunately, as I say, where I live, not that easy. But hey, take advantage of it when you can get it. We are now at full sun. The moon is still out on the other side of things. Binny Gray says it's things like this we take for granted. You're right, we do. Oh, so I had a little refocus there. We do take it for granted. We take a lot of stuff for granted and we seem hell-bent on destroying it all, which is such a shame. When I say such a shame, that doesn't even begin to cover it really, but I was thinking yesterday about what the world would be like if the most important thing was the environment rather than money. It's terrifying, really. Moss says, how has the whole miracle morning thing been treating you at the moment? It's weird. I kind of go through sort of 7-10 days of it being okay, and then suddenly I've had just repeated colds, which is nothing to do with miracle morning and everything to do with the fact that there's just something horrible going around. And as a result, like this morning, I woke up and just went, oh, because I was achy, and you can probably tell I'm really, really nasal. And so that's really annoying. But equally, I think I'm getting a bit more creative. I mean, all of this Jennyverse stuff just suddenly happened, and done some drawings and done some stuff at home. So yeah, I think it's kind of disrupting a bit of my brain, which is good, because when you disrupt a bit of your brain, a bit of creativity pops out. I'm going to plan to do a video about that, but obviously I haven't done the full stretch yet. I've just seen Sam Holloway, saying something about the morning. Forgive me because I missed your comment there. I feel like my camera is just being a bit arsey in terms of focusing on this. I'm just going to put it out a bit. Oh, it says, glorious start to a day. Yes, it is indeed. Nowhere near as glorious as the previous couple of mornings, annoyingly, but nevertheless, it's pretty cool. Wesker says it's morning there. It is. Because you know, like how around the world it's a different time all the time. Benny Gray says, I really love the rebranding. Jennyverse is a great name. Thank you very much. Actually, I love it as well. It was agonised over for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then suddenly it just sort of happened. Wesker says, crow like a chicken. What do you think this is? Circus? There's one white pigeon. Sorry, I just have to show you this. Sorry. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. That didn't happen, did it? Damn it. Stupid pigeons. All I did was move the tripod slightly. Stupid things. Gotta put it back again now. That looks slightly wonky. That still looks slightly wonky. That's really annoying. This is not the best tripod in the world. I think it cost me about £8 or something stupid. Other Jeep says, what is that big building thing? It looks ominous. That is a fort. It is an old fort. Sadly, no longer open, or we'd go in it. Well, no longer open for anybody other than pigeons. The pigeons have well and truly made it their home. Stupid things. Vinny says, what a great day to end my... great way to end my day by watching a sunrise. Yeah, that's a bit counterproductive, isn't it? If you can't sleep tonight, the Jennyverse channel accepts no responsibility. Just need to check my battery, actually. No, we're okay. So I have to hope that I haven't ended up with loads of data warnings. I think yesterday was okay, though. If you missed yesterday, it did a half-hour video of the tide coming in. Completely unintentionally, because I didn't realise it was coming in. That was quite terrifying. I was just having a look over behind me to see whether the tide's gone out from the lighthouse, but it actually hasn't. The tide is going out because there is quite a lot more sand visible than there was before, but it's not like yesterday when it came in. Whew. Yikes! That was terrifying. The pigeons are back, but the white one's not reappeared. Must be camera shy. Getting closer, little buggers. Excuse me a minute. Wait. All I had to do was just stick my foot out. I have power over the pigeons. Oh, the seagulls have started up now. They're saying, we want some attention. The sun has also started reflecting back off the water, and unfortunately my tripod doesn't go any higher, but what I might do, now that the water's gone out a bit more, I wonder whether I can get forward a bit. Oh, seasickness again. Right. None of the rocks are flat enough, of course. Let me just bring that in a bit. Oh no, we're properly wonky now. No. No. Oh. Well, that sucks. Because that's really nice. But unfortunately, I can't stand there all night. Also, the sand here is a lot more squelchy and unpleasant. That's not really helped either, has it? Urgh. Right, okay. Let's go over to this sandbank. There's a flat sandbank. Ow, 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 ow. I'm aching a lot. Ouch. There we go. How about here? You still can't really see it, can you? But that's possibly a slightly nicer view. I want to get the reflection off the water, but unfortunately, I can't. There we go. Right, I'm going to go and retrieve my bag. I have to laugh. I've just run at the pigeons and they didn't go anywhere. If you just flick a leg up at them, they fly off. There we go. Right, let me try and... There we go. There we go. See, other jeeps said, quick, say things while they're gone. Well, I have to say, this is awful, but I am supremely disappointed by the total and utter lack of pinkness. There's me running out early to go, look at these amazing sunrises, and then there isn't one. Damn you! It's okay. We've all enjoyed ourselves, I think we can agree. There's absolutely loads of planes now. I don't know whether you can see them or not, but I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 planes, and the moon just off to my right. That's way too tiny for you to see though. If it's not picking up the planes, it is not going to pick up the moon. Stupid flappy things. I had a vegetarian breakfast yesterday. I found a cafe that did proper vegetarian breakfast, like with vegetarian sausage and stuff. Today, I don't know what I'm going to do. Might have pastries or something instead. I tried to get a fish burger from Burger King last night. They didn't have them. In fact, they didn't have most of the menu. What's that about? I always thought that all Burger Kings sold all things, but no. What do you eat for breakfast usually? It depends, wildly. Sometimes I have a protein bar and an apple. Sometimes I have banana. Not a huge fan of bananas, but they are very good for you. Sometimes I have a croissant or a pain au chocolat. Sometimes I have cereal, porridge. Don't really have a routine. Binny says that you love the ambience. Oh, apologies because I'm talking over it, which isn't great. We've got another person. Got a dog. But they're not coming this way, we're okay. Al says you usually have strawberry jam on toast. Mmm, yummy. Have you got butter on it as well? Oh, sorry, trying not to sniff. Of course it's got butter on it, of course it has. Moss has got to go. Bye, enjoy the rest of your morning as well. I don't know whether you could, actually you can see it. If you're not from around here, on the right hand side of your screen where the rock formation does a sort of double bit, about a quarter of the way in from the right, that is Radio City Tower. There's also a boat, but you definitely won't be able to see that. It's a boat behind, yeah, somebody's towed a boat onto the beach. That's quite exciting. There's quite a high lifeguard presence around here, so it's quite possible it's them. It was them yesterday morning. I imagine that people must do stupid things, like, you know, go down onto the beach and film and then get themselves into trouble. Because that water doesn't half come in quick. Paputin says, I had some mango curd and yoghurt thingy for breakfast without extra sugar. It was so good. I think we've seen your mango curd and yoghurt thing before, if I remember rightly. I think you may have given us a picture of it. I'm just going to lift this up, because what I really want is that view. But that's me holding the camera up. Just wondering, now that things have gone out further, whether I could put my camera on one of the sea brake things, but there's just nothing flat enough. Also, I think this has gone wonky again. Oh, the motorcyclist, excellent. I think that might be a moped. Would I jet up and down on a moped given half a chance here? Maybe. Now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 planes. And some steam starting to rise under the sun. Other Jeep says the only consistency with my breakfast is a glass of cold milk. Lovely. Haven't had a good glass of cold milk in ages. I might have one of those today though. Still can't get to the lighthouse. That's really weird because I'm sure that yesterday by this time I'd gone down there. But it's still surrounded by water. That's a pity. Oh, of course you all have coffee. I'm not allowed coffee. I don't know. I'm not like the biggest fan. I will drink it. I quite like flavoured coffees and lattes and things, but I'm not technically allowed caffeine. That doesn't necessarily always stop me. But theoretically, I shouldn't have it. And certainly not in the massive quantities that people seem to drink. The whole coffee shop thing, as in like the new coffee shop thing, just sort of baffles me a bit as to why anybody would, every single morning, feel like they have to pay about £4 for a coffee to some faceless entity. I do find it a bit strange. I'm not saying that any of you pay £4 to faceless entities instantly. I just find it really odd how people, or say some people, it's such a blanket statement, some people, like, I must get to Starbucks. Why? Why? They don't even like you. I'm just going to shift the camera so that people who were here earlier can see how much the tide's gone out. Not as much as I'd like. I'm singing Baby Shark again now. I don't know why. That's quite annoying. Oh, these blinking pigeons, honestly. They go and they fly off one way in a big circle, and then they fly off again in another big circle. I think they're scared of themselves. Other Jeep says, give the birds a speech to inspire their confidence. No thanks. Don't want them to get any more confident. I'm quite surprised there aren't more seagull pigeon battles around here. Yesterday afternoon I was talking about Wirral, and the seagulls there are like dinosaurs. You might as well just have pterodactyls at the sea because it's mad. And they literally take down pigeons and eat them. It's terrifying. Here they seem to get on a bit better. Oh, there's actually a plane. Oh, Binny says I'm off to bed. I really enjoyed this. Thank you. No, you're very welcome. There's a plane coming in. See if I can catch it. There. That scared the pigeons again. Very low flying plane. Flying into the sun. Even getting a bit of lens flare now, look at that. What would have been awesome would be able to get onto the top of the fort and do this. That would be very cool indeed. But alas, it's a real shame because it used to have a cafe and everything. We could have gone and had a meal in the fort. It's gone wonky again, hasn't it? Try and Zoom in on the sun. Oh, oh no! Oh, that's not right. What's going on there? Don't do that. Oh, I just knocked my camera out of focus now. Doesn't like that, does it? That's a bit closer to what I'm seeing though, because the sun is not round, it's just a big blob light. That's a technical term. I think I prefer it with the water in shot. The wind turbines aren't even going this morning either, that's how still it is. It was insanely windy yesterday, to the point of I actually set out walking and gave up. I thought, it's too cold. I was just standing, looking out. We've done incredibly well in terms of there not being anybody around, but then also not done so well in terms of the sunrise not being as impressive as I'd hoped, but never mind. Seagulls are going mad! Get away! Get away from my sea! No, it's mine! No, mine! The sky is now getting very blue, so this camera gives it all the very dramatic quality, but actually it's pretty light and it's pretty blue. Yeah, alright, alright. Leave it out. He's gone again. Goodness for that. There's a mussel shell not that far away from me. Hang on. Okay, show and tell. Looks like a giant butterfly. Can't see because it won't fix on it. That's a shame. You just have to believe me. When I say a mussel shell, it's probably about 100 where I currently am. I found 3 mermaids' purses. One I've kept, one I threw back in the sea because it looked like it was still alive, and one was just a bit skanked up. There's nothing else of any interest, nothing interesting washes up here. At least not while I'm around. There's loads of cuttlefish shells. And there's loads of the white ones. I don't know what the white ones are. Just shells. Al says, what the hell is that? What the hell is what? Have I missed something, or are we talking about the mussel shell that looks like a giant butterfly? I'll just put that on the thumbnail. Just freak people out. I saw a giant thingy at the seaside. Oh, mermaid's purse. It's the egg case. We had this conversation yesterday because nobody yesterday knew what it was either. It's the egg case for either a dogfish or, more excitingly, a shark. Shark's egg case. You can see them at Sea Life Centre. If you go to a Sea Life Centre, they will often have mermaids' purses all in a tank together. And if you get really lucky, you can see the little sharks moving around inside them. And if you go to the beach and you collect ones that haven't already been broken out of. You can actually raise the embryos in your tank, like you can save them effectively, because obviously they've been washed up. But I threw mine back in the sea, partly obviously because I don't have a fish tank to hand, and partly because I just thought that that was the right thing to do. There was an episode of... which one was it? I've got to get the right one. It wasn't Tanked, it was the other one. What's it called? What's the other programme about aquariums? It's Living Colour Aquariums in Florida. I can't remember the name of the show. But they follow the work of the people building all the fish tanks. And they did a tank with a mermaid's purse where the guy cut the side out of the mermaid's purse and replaced it with a bit of perspex or something you could see through. It was in a doctor's surgery or a dentist's surgery. So you could actually see the shark growing. And I'm not completely convinced of the ethics or morals of that, but anyway, he did it, and it worked. They're very weird looking things. They look a bit like a scarab beetle. They're a sort of scarab beetle shape. And the dogfish ones, if I remember rightly, have these long curly frond things. That's why we were singing Baby Shark yesterday. Because mermaid's purse contains baby shark. Do, 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 do. It's so relaxing. But I've been going for nearly an hour. So I've been going. The sun has been going for nearly an hour now. And I'm hungry. But if you've not already given this a thumbs up, don't tell me if you've given it a thumbs down. Somebody always does. Please, if you haven't already given it a thumbs up, please do that. Do I also get to say, and hit the bell and smash that like button? And all the rest of the things that YouTube people say. Make sure you've subscribed, etc. Oh, it's working. Somebody's just did it. Well, there you go. Still can't get to the lighthouse. The sea is withdrawing, but not as quickly as I anticipated. That kind of sucks. Got another big plane going up, but I think it's just off camera. If I move this again, we'll just end up in trouble. Right, I'm going to see if I can get nearer the water. The rocks are just slightly in the way. So I'm going to be on the move again. I can go further out now. This is where I end up in quicksand. I wouldn't know what quicksand looked like if it bit me, to be honest, so... It is a coastal tour of about 30 feet. There's some water running in here. Where's that going? Where's that come from? That's come from over there. Loads of shells around here. Absolutely tons of them. Just Shellville. This is not working in my favour, actually, because now we're behind a bloody great wall. That's not helpful. There is just nowhere to put my camera down. That's really, really frustrating. There's the fort, though. Look. There's the lighthouse. There's me. Oh, there's some huge mud crabs behind the rocks. Oh God, I hope not. If you suddenly see the screen go a bit sort of splattery and red. Oh, there's some people over on the rocks over there. I better turn this around. Other Jeep says I've never been to the coast of anything. No, that's bad. That's a real shame. That's the view I want, but we're not going to get it because the tripod would have to be raised up about 2 feet. That's really annoying. Fine, we'll go back over here then. Other Jeep says, quick, run to the shop and buy a taller tripod. God, I wouldn't know where to get one round here. Ah, it's lovely, isn't it? Shall we look this way for a bit? Just because the sun has woefully underperformed this morning. I'm very disappointed. It's a bit wetter here, damn it. Ugh. It's actually really uneven as well. That's not helpful. Hang on. Go. Lovely. Pigeons have all gone. They disappeared. That's weird. I hope that's not a sign of the apocalypse or something. People are flying a drone. So if you see something weird coming past, that's what it is. I've just got to put my charger in. There's sand in my charger. That's not helpful at all. Oh dear, it is sand in my charger. Right, in that case this is going to be brought to a stop by battery life rather than anything. Get out of there. Arrgh. No, it's not having it. Damn it. Oh well, we've done an hour anyway, guys, so I'll probably leave it here. So thank you for joining me. This is an interesting little experiment. Just to see really what happened, but I'm dead hacked off about the fact that the sunrise was nowhere near as exciting as it should have been. Just goes to show, doesn't it? Chose the wrong morning, but never mind, I think it was quite relaxing anyway. It's very nice out here. I'm going to spend the rest of my time blowing this now, but yes, if you didn't catch the previous stream yesterday, do please go off and watch it because it was way more dramatic. But in the meantime, I'm going to go off and get some breakfast, and hopefully if it's the right time of day for you, you're going to go off and do that as well. I'm also going to go off and fix my charger. I'm going to say thank you for coming and look out for whatever the next video is. It's probably going to be something stupid like stuff I won at the arcades. But whatever it is, have a lovely day and I will see you back. Shall I end this with a sort of dramatic shot of me? There I am. Hey. Just in case you didn't believe me. There I am. Hello. Or should I say goodbye?